Alright, so eventually we're going to solve equations with variables on both sides. But before you can do that, there are a lot of cases where you must simplify the equation first. What do I mean by simplify? By simplify, I mean by combining like terms. There's two different types of like terms in all the equations that you solve at this level. First set of like terms, anything with an x, such as x, negative 3x, 5x, 1/3 x, or 0.4x, all of those are like terms. They all have an x. Those are like terms. Now, when we solve equations with variables on both sides, you'll never see x squared or x cubed. That only goes up to two-step equations at this grade level. But here, just know that anything with an x, like terms. Those are all variable terms. We can combine them. Besides variable terms, what do we have? What's the other thing we have? Starts with a C and an O and an N.
Constant.
Constant. All constants, whether positive, negative, fraction, or decimal, are also like terms. So all my constants, these are all like terms. 3x, 1/3 x, 0.4x, all those are like terms. All of these are like terms. 3, negative 4, 0.4, 1/3, 3/7, all of those are like terms. The reason we need to understand what like terms are is because when solving equations with variables on both sides, usually we must simplify the equation first. The only last piece of information I will tell you about like terms is that they must be on the same side of the equal sign. The reason I included that there is because generally that's the most common mistake. People try to combine like terms on opposite sides of the equal sign. Can't do that. That's what inverse operations are for. And combining like terms does not mean using inverse operations. It simply means if you've got a positive 3x and a positive 4x, if you combine that, what do we get? Anybody? If you have a positive 3x and a positive 4x, if you combine these two, what do you get? 7x. It does not mean that you subtract 4x from here and you subtract 4x from here. No. Combining like terms simply means combining. You got a 3x, a 2x, and a 5x, combine it makes 10x. But they must be on the same side of the equal sign. For example, like terms, 3x and 4x. We cannot solve this equation as it is. 3x plus 4x equals 28. To do this equation, we have to simplify it. Since these are like terms, we combine them. 3 plus 4 makes 7. So I combine those and I end up with 7x equals 28. Now that I have this, that's a one-step equation. To solve this equation, I would divide both sides by 7, I get x equals 4. The goal here is not for me to show you how to solve this. We've already done this, that's a one-step equation. All we're learning here is how to combine like terms. We will eventually solve these later on. Right now, the only goal of this slide, and the next one, is to get you to understand what like terms are and how to combine them. If I look at this equation, once again, keep in mind, like terms must be on the same side of the equal sign. So if I look at the left side, guys, are there any like terms here that I can combine? Yes or no?
No.
No, there's not. I have a constant and a variable term. Nothing to combine. If I look at the right side, are there like terms that I can combine? Yes or no? Yes. How many? 3. Doesn't matter if they're positive or negative. Doesn't matter. Constant, constant, constant. I can combine them all. When I combine this, 4 minus 9, however you want to do it, 4 minus 9 gives me negative 5. Negative 5 plus 15 gives me 10. Whatever way you want to combine these three, I don't care. You could do 4 plus 15 gives me 19. 19 minus 9 gives me 10. Either way, when you combine these three constants, you will end up with 10. Now that I have this simplified, I can go in and solve this. This becomes a two-step equation. And Daniela, looking at this two-step equation, how would you solve this? What would you do? What's the first thing you would do? What's your variable term? 3x. So we need to get this alone, which means I need to get rid of that. So how do I get rid of a positive 4? I subtract 4 here. I subtract 4 here. That cancels, and I have 3x is equal to 6. And then class, we divide both sides of this equation by what number?
3.
3. Divide both sides by 3, and I end up with x equals 2. But we would never have been able to do that if we hadn't combined like terms and simplified first. On the next slide, I'm going to show you all the different ways we can combine like terms. It's really just adding or subtracting variable terms and constants. I'll let you catch that up, and then we're going to do one more slide with combining like terms. Yes?
How did you get 2 of them? Sorry.
All right, so I had 3x equals 6. At that point, I needed to get rid of that coefficient. So the opposite of multiplication is, I divided both sides by my coefficient, which was 3. These canceled. Now I was left with x. On this side, 6 divided by 3 gives me 2. So I got 2. All right. So let's combine some like terms. So we're going to combine all these once again. You always want to go in and draw those lines so you can clearly see what you're dealing with. Let's go to Gusto. We're going to look here for this equation. Are there any like terms on the left side of the equation that I can combine? Yes. What are those terms? 3x, and it's not 5x, it's negative 5x. I can combine these two terms, the 3x and the negative 5x. By combine, I simply mean do 3 minus 5. What is 3 minus 5?
2. Negative 2.
Negative 2. So when I combine these, I get negative 2x. I bring down the negative 6 and the equal sign. Those two terms have been combined. Is there anything else on this side of the equation that I can combine? Yes or no? No. Is there anything on this side of the equation I can combine? Yes or no? No. So I would simply bring this down. I'm not going to solve this now. All this slide is here for us to show you how to combine like terms. Because if you cannot do this, you will never, ever, ever be able to solve equations with variables on both sides. Yes?
I'm confused. Okay, so negative 2.
So what we did is we combined 3x and negative 5x. We had these two terms that were like terms. 3x and negative 5x. We combined them. 3 minus 5 gives me negative 2. We combine those two terms. The same thing as doing 3 minus 5 gives you negative 2. The only difference is we have an x here. Same thing.
And then you just put down the 6.
And I just bring the negative 6 down because I cannot combine this. That's a constant. That's a variable term. You can't combine those. All right. Nicolette, help me with this one. Is there anything on the left side that I can combine? Yes or no? Anything on the right side? What?
6. All of them. No, just kidding. 6 and negative 7.
6 and negative 7. Basically, just ignore this for right now. Don't cross it out. Just ignore it. That doesn't exist. It's 6 minus 7. That's all it is. If you get rid of that 3x, you can clearly see what you have to do. What's 6 minus 7? Negative 1. So there's nothing happening over here. I'll just bring that down. 22 minus 5x equals 3x minus 1. That is now simplified. I can go in and solve it. Ms. Castro, bottom left. Like terms on the left side. Anything?
Yeah.
What?
2x and 5x.
2x and 5x. I can combine these variable terms. 2x and 5x are both positive. What does that give me?
7.
7x. So those give me 7x. I combine these two, and I bring down the positive 7. Nothing else on the left side can be combined. Emily, on the right side, is there anything that I can combine? Yes or no? On this side. What can I combine? All of them can be combined. They're all variable terms. 4x, negative x, positive 3x. So I'll help you. 4 minus 8 is negative 4. Negative 4 plus 3 is positive or negative? Negative 4 plus 3. You owe me $4. You pay me back 3. How much money do you still owe me? 1. So it's negative 1x. We won't write the 1. We're just going to write negative x. We don't need to write the 1. Whenever you're dealing with 1x or negative 1x, do not write the 1 in a solution. This is not really a solution. This is just simplification, but I want you to get in the habit of not writing those 1s as a formal answer. All right. Last one over here. Miss Doe, is there anything that I can combine on this side?
7 and 5.
7, the 5, and the
3.
and the negative 3. I can combine this, this, and this. Remember, this is a positive 7, a negative 3, and a positive 5. If I combine all of this, I will get 7 minus 3 is 4. 4 plus 5 is 9. 9 minus 2x equals, okay. On the right side, I know some people some tickets. On the right side, Ms. Guerrero, on the right side, is there anything on the right side that I can combine? Yes or no? What happened?
Yes, I think.
Yes, there is. What can you combine on the right side?
Where the X is, there's a 1, so that 1 and 2.
Remember, you combine variable terms with variable terms, constants with constants.
4.
I combine the 1x and the negative 4x. So 1x minus 4x gives me negative 3x. So I have negative 3x. I bring down the plus 2. That is simplified. I can then go in and solve it. Okay. All we're doing here, kids, we're not solving. We're just simplifying in preparation to solve, which is what we're going to do next.